Good morning, everyone. Happy February. I think it's like I treated like February 1st, kind of the beginning of the month. I wanted to make sure we have our sales meeting for the month, plus also do mindset. It's going to be a little bit different. I have a plan in the sense that we're going to look off the screen. Normally, it's just like seeing what everybody's wins and losses were for the previous month. I started off with, I hope you guys have been joining all the Zooms. We've been doing a thing. It's going to be like 20 to 35 Zooms in 45 days. We're going to be doing this like every other month. So you guys are getting fresh from all over, from the Carolinas, Denver, Jersey, Florida, from the DR. We'll even do trainings. So please, this is the time. Like the reason why I wanted to make sure we did this 20 at 30 and 45. I want to do 30 for 30 like ESPN does. But since there's so many days and the weekends, I might even do a weekend one coming up soon where we'll do prospecting. But just make sure this is the time. Like, when you look at our months tracking, right? Let me see if I can pull this up so you guys can see it. So that way, leadership slide. So you guys, okay, perfect. Leadership slides. You could see, and I'm gonna share my screen. Let me see. Come on, load up. That you can see that January and February. Oh, did they do it on a chart? Yeah, you can see, and I'll show it to you guys now. All right, let me put it here. Let me see if let me screenshot this. Oh, well, you can see January and February, since, remember what you did in November, December, people are in Thanksgiving, people are on holiday. Also, buyers are not really buying as much, but the people that work December very well, they have great January and February. But normally, January and February are always the slowest months. And that goes in data that we tracked 11 years back already. We already know. But then March, April, May, June, July, August, and then into September, those are the craziest months. So I remember my pastor in the church, I'm only gonna paraphrase it. I don't remember exact quote. He's like, "What you do in the waiting room with change is what dictates your future," right? So a lot of times when you're doing good, like it's easy to do good because the momentum is there. But sometimes you're idle or you're building back up. You're laying the seeds that you're gonna reap in the future. It's what you do in that time that dictates how good of a year or how good of not only a year, but how good your future is. So now it's the time that maybe you're not as busy. And today we're going to get it that you get back to busy because March, it's game time. The people who work their butts off now early in the February are going to have the great Marches. Because remember, you're going to start prospecting. We're going to like showcase what you should do for the next 7 days. But then those buyers end up starting to buy in March or February, March, April, June. And one of the things I'm going to do, like the other day, and I'm going to call out Alejandra, when I was in Charlotte, maybe, I think it was a month ago, she was like, "Hey, listen, I got a virtual assistant. I don't know how I'm keeping this virtual assistant busy. I need to do more." And she called me, "Hey, let's just do a one-on-one." And I can't say I can do all the one-on-ones and Zooms like I used to as I'm traveling a lot. But for the most part, I don't get requested them as much as possible. And if I do get requested a lot after this morning call, great. I'll do joint morning calls. And then what I did do, and Alejandra can vouch for it, the great thing about Lifestyle and the lab, because I know we got our sister company here, lab here as well, is that everybody's pretty much accessible. I can't tell you 100% because there's always going to be a person that may be traveling or maybe doesn't like to talk to people, which that's very rare. But I just could put you on a one-on-one with any of our leaders, any of our top producers. Alejandra, how was that when I put her with Natalie Rivero and she took time out of her day? And because I could kind of see like, okay, Alejandra's struggling with this or wants to improve on this. This is the person that I know that has her same type of business or the same type of vibe. How did that go, Alejandra?
It went awesome. For me, I feel like I was getting a lot into my head. And whenever I talked to Natalie, it was like, okay, it's not as complicated. She kind of gave me like her feedback. And yeah, she had started just like I had started. And now she has a pretty much a business running by itself with her virtual assistant. So it was very, very helpful.
Thank you, Alejandra. And guys, and don't be afraid to reach out. I can assure you, you don't even have to go through me, but just maybe you don't know the person. And for the most part, if it's one of the leaders or top producers, I pretty much know them all. In the sense that I speak to them, especially if they're a partner or a branch manager, that would be an easy like I did. I called Natalie, said, "Nah, tell her whenever she wants." I don't know, boom, and don't be afraid to reach out. Brokers is a brokerage. Yes, we have a great culture. We have this app, or we have this, or this one has that. But the one thing I'll tell you, which is our secret weapon, is that everybody is accessible. Our top agents, our top teams, even agents that are in the middle, but they have your same type of business, just reach out. And the one thing I always say biblically or spiritually is the more you help others or the more you help other people be better, it always returns tenfold, right? And even if you don't even take the spiritual aspect of it, if JP asks me, hey, how do you prospect? How do you run all these Zooms? How do you grow your business? I could, the more I teach him, the more it keeps me honest to my craft. Because if I'm telling JP, hey, this is what I do, I use WhatsApp to broadcast to stay in contact. If I'm teaching him that, how could I not remind myself or make it better to be, as I teach him, it teaches me at the same time or refine my craft. For example, sports. If Rob tells me, hey, bro, I see you do great 3-point shots. And I go, yeah, I do, but I haven't been practicing in a while. And then I go teach Rob to do 3-pointers as I'm teaching him and refine my craft and stuff. And I don't play basketball that well, so I should use pickleball because I am the champ, the reigning champ. And I Alex Rojas, I don't know how many more left. I do have the trophy right here, which I'll probably just wear for the rest of this training. I am the pickleball champ, in case you guys wanted to know. And Alex Rojas, I see you on here. And if you want to see me in the golf field, you just in the golf course, you let me know. All right. So, anyways, guys, to start this, I did create a little slide for us. So what we're gonna cover today. All right, so I'm just gonna cover it quickly. We're gonna do a plan, and if you're driving, I'm gonna put this in the chat with the plan on it and all the chats after. But we're just gonna talk about data, what we're gonna do today. Then we're gonna go on the seller angle, and sometimes you gotta get uncomfortable with like, and then I'll maybe call I was thing on and this. Then we're gonna call old lead resurrection. We're gonna use strategy to that. Then we're gonna sphere. My favorite is 4, 3 because we're not always winning. 1, 3, and 4 are my favorites, right? And then, of course, every other day is important, but this is what we're going to pretty much cover today in the next 30, 45 minutes. So I'll start it off with it. And throughout this, right, because I can just read off a million things and just talk, 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 talk. It's about engagement and calling on to you guys and letting people that are showcasing or actually doing what we're talking about. And I see everybody's faces on here. So we could go. So, all right. So the plan for today, and I see some people riding. I see Alejandro riding. I see Rose riding. I see some people driving. So if you're driving, again, I'm gonna put it in WhatsApp. I see. Oh, Francisco's on here, so I might call on him as well. Who else? So Ronald's riding. Let's see. Ali, what's up, brother? I see you. And Brian, I see you riding too. So let's start it. All right, day one. What we got to do, and this is why we got to do it. If you follow these 7 days, I'm gonna put a thing on in the airways. If you follow these days and I'm gonna take it in trust, but you gotta also show me text messages, calls, and emails. If in these next 7 days you don't leave, this is a bold proclamation. 4 to 8 new buyers or sellers, and maybe this week you go get a listing or you start showing properties. If you don't get one and you follow these next 7 days, just trust me in this. I'll give you $100 Amazon gift card, and I know it's gonna work. And then you gotta we gotta make it fun. Let me see if you don't get out of these 7 days, there's just no way you're gonna fail. Uh, if it's for my golfers, a free golfing session, and if it's for you guys, a $100 Amazon gift card. I'd even go crazier, $200 Amazon gift card if you follow these 7 days and it doesn't work out for you. So let's start with day one. First day, database activation. Activation. This is like your founding day. This is the day that you say, okay, I did day one and it's working for me, or like this is how I started off, and I know this is gonna be like the aha moment. I saw Leslie unmute for a second. She's gonna be my first person I pick. But you're gonna call 10 to 15 warm contacts, warm contacts, people you know, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, old clients, your old co-workers. Make 10 to 15 as soon as this call ends. And I always say, like, we took it, like Leslie and I were talking about this. We were in Detroit for a seminar. Leslie, remember when we did SOAR? And it was very basic. All we did was call 10 people. And we did like a thing, you write appointments. We did 10 to 20 calls, whatever you could fit in 45 minutes. Then we did social media, and then we did text messaging. Leslie, from that day of SOAR, that was a 4-hour session, which pretty much is covering all this training. How many people did you, when you looked at it 90 days after from that 4-hour session that we did in then Shulas, how many people did you end up finally selling a property to in one 4-hour session?
I want to say there was like 6 to 7. I don't remember exactly, George, but it was nice just from those phone calls. I was able to make a lot of contacts. Um, but yeah, it converted to a few listings and a few buyers.
And Leslie, when we make these calls, guys, it's not like, oh, I'm your number one realtor. Let me sell it to you.
No,
It's just curiosity, not selling. You're just seeing how people are doing. What would you tell those people, Leslie? You called your cousin, your old co-workers, the dentist people. What's that conversation look like?
Actually, what we did that time was, and I'm about to do it again. It was telling people, hey, I'm in a seminar. We're doing this. What did they say? It was like a challenge, and I just need to, do you know anybody that you think might be willing, interested in selling, or that anybody that that has mentioned that they want to buy or anything like that? Any leads you can give me, and that's how we did that exercise that day, and people were just like trying to help me so bad. Like, hold on, I think I had somebody at work that was saying something the other day. Hold on, and they just started giving me names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically it. And I know, Leslie, have you had your coffee? I don't know if you have or haven't, but we'll let you get back to making your coffee.
I
Uh,
did. I'm at the gym. Thank you very much. I had my coffee and I'm almost done with my workout.
all right. So thank you, Leslie. So guys, you could go that route, right? Like in your first call, you're basically not trying to sell. What the best thing right now, why we've seen the uptrend, and I know I was talking to Crystal Gatto, Crystal Gatto had like 4 new ground up constructions in Jersey, and it was like stale for like November, October. Like, man, the market pending sales are falling. Chris, if you could unmute, how many of those are under contract right now?
All of them.
If you guys don't know and had listings, Leslie will tell me that too. All the listing machines were like, man, the market is crazy. Maybe because at the end of the year, the rates, with the rates where they're at right now, everything is moving right now, right? And it's only going to get crazier. So that's why it's so important you do this now, because if it gets crazier, other agents are reaching out to your potential clients. So when you call these individuals, you have a great thing to say. Hey, the market is great, right? Houses are moving, the rates are low. And another good way, and we have lenders and JP, you can reach out to JP or Frank, and and in certain states, or your favorite lender in your state where they not may not be. And if they bought a house in the last 2 years, they probably bought at 7%, 6%. And what a great way to stimulate a future buyer by just saying, hey, we can refi you, make some money. Maybe you stay in your house, you refi the property and get some cash, equity cash out, and get a lower rate in your main home, and then take out some equity and buy another home, your investment home. But right now, with the rates being so low, maybe like, hey, they did buy a 2-2 because they couldn't afford a 3-2 or a bigger home. But now you could get a better rate, have equity, and carry it on to the next, or an investment property. Frank, what is the lowest rate you've seen in the last week that you've been able to do?
Guys, actually, JP and I just locked in an FHA with a very low buy down. I think the credit score wasn't that great. It was like a 702, 703 out of 5.125, which is amazing considering the fact that 18 to 24 months ago, FHAs were in the high sixes, low sevens, depending on credit score. And conventionals, you're seeing conventional rates right now in the mid to high fives. So it's no longer really the sixes. It's in the fives now, which creates traction in the market and creates buyer attention because now it's going, the rates have dropped and people are very influenced by what they see on the media. So just by seeing the 10-year treasury drop a quarter point, which really doesn't affect the mortgage rates too greatly, creates that movement in the market, and it creates that opportunity for us just to reach out, say, hey, rates have dropped. I know you have a 2.75, but hey, I know you have $400,000 in equity on your house, but we have a fixed product. It's a second loan. It's not a HELOC. It's a HE loan. It's a second loan that allows you to pull the equity without touching that 2.75. And then that gives you an opportunity to strike conversation with that potential buyer or past client.
Love it. Thank you, Frank. So, guys, the goal is day one. What we're doing after this call, please trust me in this. Just 10 to 15 warm calls. Call friends, family. Don't make it about too selly. Just find out how people are doing. That's why, like, when we do this, when we'll talk about at the end of this training, the broadcast list, you're just reaching out to people, see how you're doing, and pop into their feed, pop into their brain. But do make the 10 to 15 calls. If they don't answer, remember it's Monday. Send them a text. Hey, Agustin, I was just hitting you up, man. See how you doing, bro? How's the new year been treating you? It's February. I can't believe the month flew by. Hey, Agustin, how's golf? Hey, Chris, how's the kids? Hey, Alejandro, how's the puppies? Francisco, how's the new house? Just follow up with them to see how they're doing, right? Just see. And then text, and when you make those 10 to 15 calls, and I'm going to leave this script for everybody, then send 10 cold, warm leads, right? Like people you haven't talked to in 6 to 24 months that you might have not worked. Make sure you send text. And guys, please, 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 please put something on social media. The key is that they got to see, you got to do at least 2 to 4 stories, right? A day. Don't put them so close that you got people muted. Don't always also make it just listed, house thing. Make it about your life. Oh my God, it's so cold. Post about the iguanas. As you guys know, in Florida, iguanas are falling out of the tree. So make it funny. Hey, even if you're in North Carolina, post about the snow. Make a snowman. Make it, people want to follow a story that's engaging. Everybody spends their time. And I always say this statistic or this funny, I wouldn't say anecdote, but I always say this funny thing. I guarantee you, everybody in this call, we have 111 people. I guarantee you 90 people, including myself, check social media before they use the bathroom in the morning. Or maybe they use the bathroom, then check social media. And I guarantee you, most of them check it in bed. So that's why I always say that funny thing that, like, since I send a lot of memes and DMs, and I probably send 100 to 200 DMs or memes, maybe even more. I think it's closer to 300. That's why I always say that funny thing that I'm usually in your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, co-worker's brain before they even come around and give you a kiss on the forehead, right? Because they're checking their phone before they even say good morning sometimes. So you have a tool that's going to allow you to like steal space in people's brains. So make sure you do that today. Make 10 to 15 calls and please share the testimony. I guarantee you when you do call 10, you're going to have 2 to 3 new buyers or sellers right off the rip. So great for that. All right. So that's day one. And make your post. And also, guys, every other day, a lot of times you get muted on your stories. You get muted because they're like, Alejandra, I'm tired of seeing you about putting real estate. Rose, I'm tired of and they're already tired of seeing your stories. And maybe you posted 3 stories back to back and they muted you. And once you're muted, you're muted. But most of the time, they don't mute your feed. And the feed means a post that you post or a reel. They don't mute that. So you want to get into their stories or you want to get into their feed. So make sure you're doing one or the other. And then also a big thing, a lot of times we neglect the status updates on Facebook. Also post Facebook. This is like the hack of the day. Don't forget to put on Facebook a post on Facebook because it's a huge thing. Tito, I hear you, bro. I don't even, sometimes I have to, Tito just said, I got to get on my social media again. We're all family here. And I think we have some guests too that are not part of the brokerage yet. The one thing that I wouldn't say gets me mad, but it not disappointing because it just, I don't know. I don't want to say a tough word like infuriating, but what gets me mad is
It frustrates you.
Frustrates me when I see realtors that I know that have sold before, like yourself, Tito, and are not posted on social media that can do that from their bed. And I always say, like, man, you could do that. I mean, listen, we're all family. You can do it on the toilet, man. That, like, if you don't say I don't got time for social media, then I say, okay, then you're a person that never uses the bathroom. Do it in the bathroom. Do it in the elevator. Do it at the red light. But if somebody honks at you, don't do it while you're driving, right? Herb, don't do it while you're driving. Especially since Jersey drivers are the worst, verified. I don't know how Chris Delgado and Irv are driving on the thing. That just shows you how bad the Jersey drivers are. And Sean Jarrell from the Carolinas. And I don't know if he's on here. Tijuana could vouch if he ever driven in his car. But now he has a Cybertruck, so he's good. So like myself, not proud of it. Sometimes I'm on autopilot. I might
watch it, pal. Watch it.
I didn't know if he was on here because I didn't hear him chime in. But yes, guys, you have the time. So if you're gonna do these 10 to 15 calls, put your foot down and say, that's it. I'm not gonna go a day without using my social media. And the bonus hack, everybody's laughing in the chat, Sean. And the bonus thing, you guys are neglecting. I hope you guys could see this. Look at this right now. The new hack that I tell everybody, remember, this is my WhatsApp stories. Look how far it goes. Look how many stories. And I'm scrolling fast now. There's at least 100 stories on WhatsApp. Plus, make sure you're doing your Instagram, status on Facebook, even stories on Facebook. And what happens too, this is a thing for pro users. When a lot of times people think, oh no, when I post on Instagram, it posted on my Facebook. It does, but on your business page, not on your personal page. Because most of us have a realtor business page and it posted on that one. Go and repost your story individually on my because my business page is called George Canciobello /entrepreneur. So when I post on Instagram, it posts that, but it doesn't have my 5,000 friends that my personal page does. Make sure you mirror it on WhatsApp and do it. And the key hack as well, this is another, put a star on it. Make sure you reply to everybody's stories on WhatsApp, because on Instagram, maybe they don't check the billions of pop-ups app, but on WhatsApp, you're getting people that don't even follow you on Instagram because they don't have social media. Maybe or people that are very attuned to what they get messages on WhatsApp. So make sure you mirror your stories on WhatsApp, Facebook personal page, and of course post on your Instagram. And every other day post a reel or put something cool or funny about your life. So that way your story's engaging. Boom. So that's day one. Now we're going to day two. Day two, as you guys look at the chart, day two is a setter angle. Now, I always say you guys have to get it to one point. A lot of people, oh my God, I hate cold calls. I hate this. And I understand your frustration. It's like public speaking, making cold calls. Oh my God. But if you ever want to change your life and make like more than $100,000 a year in real estate, which $100,000 a year is a new 30 to 45,000 a year salary job. Because as you know, I always make this mention, a McDonald's value meal. You go to Chipotle, where you're gonna go to McDonald's for $2.99, got 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and a Coke. Now that's $11 or $12. You go to Chipotle, if you go crazy and you ask for extra meat and extra guac, you're $22, $23. Like so you got to make $200,000 to $300,000 just to say you got that $100,000 a year job, which I think at around 300,000 you will be living a better life, but you shouldn't stop there. But day two for sale by store, I want to call, and you guys have probably seen him. Let me see if he's still. Agustin, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Agustin, you're 2 years on the business. You've sold $1 million homes, this and this and that. You are probably, I say it because he's a good friend of mine, so it's a word of endearment. You probably were wet behind the ear, rookie, didn't know what the heck you were saying when you were doing these cold calls when we first met a year and a half ago. How did you get over that fear, and what are you doing now? And Rob Serrano as well, but
Yeah, Rob can definitely pitch in with me because I know that he does it constantly as well. But
I'm here.
it's not rocket science. Rob can say it. It's just a lot of practice, learning scripts, knowing how to talk to them, watching YouTube videos all the time, and just doing it. It comes down to just executing and doing it. I always said you can have the worst script, but if you do it, you're gonna get somebody that likes you.
Before the world.
go ahead, check. Keep going, LT.
No, yeah, you can have the worst script ever, but as long as you have the energy and you can build rapport with them, you're gonna get a listing. It's just a numbers game. Just doing it. Just doing it.
Let me ask Rob and Agustin, out of all your years of doing cold calls, I mean, not years, year and a half, Agustin has close to 3 million. What was your biggest commission off a cold call so far?
Like 60, 70,000 in 1 month.
All right, so off cold calling, guys, and this is a person that really doesn't have a big sphere of influence. It's not a person that's 45 years old and has worked millions of jobs and been everywhere and met a bunch of people, been married 2 or 3 times. So a person that's pretty young. How old are you, Agustin?
25.
25 years old, like I said. And listen, out of all those,
My boys are still going to space. They're not doing shit.
I was seeing Rob. Let me ask you, out of all those cold calls where people are fearful, how many people have showed up to the office and said, "You mother lover, I hate you"? How many people have come to the office or like called you after that phone call and made? How many people?
I'm gonna go with a hot 0 because those people, they don't know you. And this is for everybody. Just a little couple nuggets really quickly on if you guys hear my husky, I'm sorry. When it comes to prospecting, first off, I like to start trying to eliminate the thought. It's not a cold call. If it's an expired listing or if it's a FISBO, they're already looking to do something with their property. They already tried to do something. So you calling them isn't 100% unexpected. They just may not be prepared for it. So if you flip your mindset and you just start considering it, making a prospecting call, it already becomes easier. As far as financially, my biggest deal that I made that started by a cold call, quote unquote, was about 90,000.
Hey, listen, guys, and I bring these two, and there's a lot of others, and maybe I mean, Rob has done his trainings on PropStream, how he does his cold call. So if you guys need to know the angle, I'll make sure. Maybe Agustin, I think he did a Zoom already, but I'll make sure maybe do a late night seminar. I think we've done it, but we'll do it again just in case you guys want to do that. So make sure day 2 you start doing that. Like, right? Go to if you don't have PropStream, what's a good way, Agustin, to go? Just go to fsbo.com, right? To call these for sale by owner.
Yeah.
Zillow.
You can find them on Zillow. Super easy.
All right, so Zillow, we'll make sure, guys. So make sure you're doing your calls. Start DMing homeowners who engage. Like, remember, you're posting today on your story, right? And there's going to be homeowners. Make it something engaging about real estate. Start DMing them back, right? A good way to tell the homeowner, hey, quick heads up, seeing strong buyer activity in your area. What worth tracking or ignoring for now? So sometimes they might say, hey, listen, right now I'm not ready because I just got little John to sign up for the school. So, I'm not ready right now, but hit me back up in March, April, May. Boom. And now don't just get in one ear and let it go out the other. Set a plan. Google Calendar reminder every 30 days. If you don't have a CRM, which you should be using China Office, but let's just say you're old school, put a Google reminder that reminds you every week or every other week. You go in there, Google reminder, and I'm gonna show you that way you guys can see it, right?
And the last thing, Jordan, I just want to leave everyone with regard to the prospecting. So I started this year in Pines. Literally, you took it to step one. If you've never cold called a day in your life, we've gone about 3 weeks now, going into week four, and I'm starting my little miniature lifestyle tour. So next week, I'm actually going to be in Aventura. We're going to go a couple weeks there. We're going to be teaching how to break it down. Let's say if you do not have the money to invest into any cold calling system like Vulcan, RedX, Mojo, I am showing you guys how to cultivate the leads, how to prospect them, scripts to be able to help you. I think this is fully back to the basics in 2026. That's the only way we're going to survive.
Rob, I'm gonna need you. And guys, we're making a big push on every single training. It might not be as good as when it's just a Zoom training, but they might be in person or whatnot. So we're gonna make sure he zooms us. So Rob, please make sure you do that. And I'm gonna show you something quick here, and then I'm gonna get to Irving. He has his hand up. Hold on. So I'm gonna share my screen. Boom. Let's just say I got a prospecting call. Reminder to call Mr. John for his sale at 5530 11111 Street, right? Boom. What do? I go here, more options, and I'm gonna go notifications, notify me. We're gonna put hold on, because this thing's blocked. Okay, I'm gonna put notification and does repeat. Weekly on Monday, monthly on the first. Boom. And now I set up a reminder. Let's go monthly on the first Monday. I wanted to notify. Make sure you have a notification that it does email. So it emails you. Boom. Now I got it. And it's there. So make sure you're using Google Calendar to use it if you don't use a CRM, which I suggest you guys use a CRM. Go ahead.
All right, there's a couple of things. I'm not sure if everybody saw the screen that George is on, because I didn't see it, George, FYI. I don't know if we saw it, but you could also use your GPT. So a lot of people like to ask ChatGPT for stuff, but you can also ask ChatGPT to set up tasks, like remind me to call, send me alerts in the morning. Oh, I need to call this person, or set up an appointment. So you can use ChatGPT as an assistant as well, or a reminder or a task list. But the real thing I wanted to say to everybody on the call is 2026 is a very special year. It's a special, special year. This is going to be the year where it makes or breaks people. This is very similar to that COVID 2020-2021, where if you feed your focus and starve your distractions, when I say starve your distractions, don't worry about what the next realtor is doing. Don't worry about what the next company is doing. Just focus on yourself and building connections. Make as many connections as possible. What George said, what Rob said, what Augustine said was basically connect with people. Get on the phone, connect with as many people as possible. Think about when you walk outside your house. How many people that you connect with on a daily basis, or that you see at the gym, at the supermarket? Hand them a business card, have a conversation. We need to starve our distractions. Don't worry about what the next person is doing, what the next company is offering, what the next realtor is doing, what that person did. Focus on you. Build your business. We have all the tools. We're doing training every single day. There's no excuses for anyone to say, I don't know what to do, or I have no ideas of what to do or how I should do this. There's plenty of mentorship opportunities. We have a flat hierarchy here. You can talk to almost anybody, connect with people, have as many conversations as possible. I guarantee you, your success will be imminent. But again, you got to feed your focus. Like, you can't be distracted by this and that and what's going on in the news and what's going on in politics and what's going on over here. No, just know your business, be a student of the game, and let's keep pushing. This is a big year, man, and it's us versus everybody. This is LIR versus everybody. That's it.
All right, love it. Somebody had asked in the chat, Miguel. Yeah, Miguel's training will be there. Irvin's on it. And guys, that's day 2. And I know it's 9:04, so I'm gonna hurry up the next couple days. I think we have a lot of good stuff here for already. But okay, so day 2, that's working the, like the seller angle. Day 3, a huge one, right? if you're new in the business, maybe you don't have old leads, but if you've been in the business more than a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have a ton of no's, a ton of people that didn't work out, a ton of people that didn't qualify 2 years ago because their debt to income ratio was too high and they couldn't qualify because the rates were too high. So they could only have afforded a $2,500 payment. But now, since the rates are so low, they could afford a $3,500 payment. Or maybe leads you worked in some of the states that we have leases that they couldn't get into a property because their credit wasn't good, or they couldn't find anything on rental, but you have to now switch them. Reach out to the individuals, day 3, that are old leads. Hey, are you still in the market, or did life take over? Call, try to send a personalized video. One of the great things I always say, and maybe we're not going to do it on this one. I was going to do a broadcast, but since we're going so fast, I mean, not going so fast, but press on time, is that make sure you're sending people videos as well. Like, hey, how's it going? Look, a video. Hey, it's George. Hey, man, I just want to wish you. And remember, say the video is very broad. Like, for example, if I'm going to send a mass video to try to get engagement, is say, if normally I would say, if I had to do it like this, I'm gonna do it quick to the people out of the camera. Hey, Irv, what's up, brother? I'm just kind of calling you, see how you doing, bro? How's life? How's everything? Hey, bro, the rates are lower. And da 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 da. Boom. It just took me like 15, 20 seconds. Boom. Now I gotta say it to JP. JP, hey, listen, blah blah blah. But if I did, and then hey, Nicole, Motola, blah blah blah, the rates are low in your area in person. If I did all that, if I did it to everybody, 121 people that are in this chat, which is amazing, love you guys. It would take me a long time. But if I did the message for you all, like, hey, what's up? Just reaching out, see how you're doing. Happy February. Just want to reach out, make sure everything is good. Hey, listen, the rates are low. Not mentioning no names. I'm mentioning no sex. I'm not mentioning any state. I'm just mentioning broad. Hey, just want to reach out. I'm here for you. This is your year. Time to get that bigger property or get your investment property or this, and that. Boom. I get that message, saved it as a video, and now I broadcast it off. Or I use the reach app and I text that same video message to everybody else, right? If you have iMessage, you know it's going to come in nice. But if you have Android, please leave the chat right now. But in all seriousness, that's day 3, right? Reach out to everybody. Now, day 4, your sphere of influence. This is one I think it's probably pretty good. Yeah, when you go to the day 3, you're just working on all, and you want to try to engage 3 people that you got out of like from 2 years ago, a year ago, 4 years ago, whatever. Day 4, your sphere and referral push. One of the big things that realtors are always scared of, on top of cold calls, on top of public speaking, on top of putting their face on social media, right? Usually, even the guys, right? Like, we're like, oh man, I look good. Nobody's gonna remember your story in 24 hours, right? Nobody cares about your hair. Oh my God, my beard's not cut right, but my head, they don't care. They just want to see you. They want to be, inquired about. They want to talk to somebody. We as realtors, and especially as producing realtors, we talk to a lot of people every day. But regular people are not text messaging. They're not getting called all the time. You should be that person that calls them and brightens up their day. Maybe they're having a tough day. Maybe they were looking to buy a house that day. They just saw a commercial, Realtor.com or Homes.com did an advertisement. They saw it on the Super Bowl, blah, 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 blah. And you were the realtor that reached out. So make sure this is the fun one. Reach out to your sphere. And remember, people want to help you, right? Like, just like if you know somebody, Alejandro, give me a person, a business owner in North Carolina. Just any business. Give me what type of business?
Restaurant business.
What type of food?
Mexican, Ecuadorian.
Perfect. You know what? You go to Sean, you go to Tijuana, and whoever other leader, and be like, hey, listen, I'm thinking of doing a home buyer seminar, or I want to do a monthly past client taco night. Well, could you guys help me out with it? Hey, I just want to engage with him. And now you call that restaurant owner and say, hey, listen, I want to have a night. You got to help me out here. I want to get your business popping, or I just want to post it on my social media. You don't have to do all that. You could just say, hey, what's your slowest night? Oh, it's on Tuesdays. Oh, not Tuesday. Probably that's the best night, Taco Tuesday. What's my slowest night? The day before Monday or the day after? Okay, perfect. Give me your flyer. I'm going to post it on my social media and just let people know that you have this special and that the food's incredible. Boom. Or maybe you go that night and you do a video with them. That business owner is not going anywhere else, because I guarantee you no other realtor is doing that. Then what do you do there? Boom. Now you got that business owner, and you want to help, and they're going to always think about it. People want to help each other. So when you call your referrals, your family, your friends, you should be harassing your family and calling me, hey, Tío, you don't want my kids to go to a better school? Make it funny. Hey, you got to know 2 people. That's why I always say it. The multi-level marketings, like, all those Amways, the Monad, the millions of other multi-level, all they tell you is call 2 people and ask for the referral. You call somebody and say, look, I don't know 2 people, but man, you know what? Maybe this person. Hey, well, I don't know anybody who's looking to buy a home, but you got to tell me somebody, just give me somebody that you can warm introduce me. All right, I mean, my coworker, JP, He's always in the office. Maybe he has a fun to buy a house. Okay, perfect. Can you do a group text between me, you, and JP and be like, hey, here's my favorite realtor. This is your cousin, aunt, friend, best friend, sister. They're going to introduce you to the people that you need to get introduced to. So make sure you're asking for a referral. And then number 5, day 5, right? We're going to work on buyers, and everything's in the WhatsApp chats. I'm going to get to the last 2 days, 3 days. Start working on your buyers. You know that in Charlotte right now, the median price range is 380, and now we're getting financing at 5.2. Reach out to buyers so you can work with your buyers. So day 6, start making. You're gonna already have a lot of people in your pipeline. In 4 days, you're gonna be full of people. So whenever a realtor tells me I'm not busy right now, it's because they didn't do the first 4 days. This is gonna get you busy. Make sure you're setting up your pipeline. Make sure your CRM. Start making a newsletter. And day 7 is just following up everything you did, guys. Like, this is very simple. This is not, I don't want to keep you long on this call. We've already been here for 40 minutes. You have the blueprint. It's time to act. It's February. This is the year that you say, hey, if you don't own your own home yet, this is the year I get about renting out of my house. I'm tired of paying somebody else's mortgage. If you already have a property and you say, and if you already have a property, and I always look at it as an entrepreneur, especially if you don't have kids or you're young, married, right, where you could stay in your property and then buy investment property, I always suggest that. But maybe you do have a 1 bedroom that you own and you need to now upgrade. I always say pay yourself first. A lot of times people say, hey, don't get the nicer car, don't get the nicer property. But I think once you start adding very healthy debts, right? Because a home is a debt, but it's a healthy debt because you can leverage tax savings and it's a great thing. You want to maybe upgrade that as a bigger tax savings. And if you guys down the road, I'll get an accountant and talk to you about cost segregation. Let's just say you're going to pay $30,000, $40,000 in taxes for 2026 or $100,000 in taxes in 2026, but you buy an investment property that needs work, you could probably pay 0 in taxes. And we'll talk about that later. And remember, since this is recorded via the internet, I'm not no tax CPA, or I'm not an accountant. So maybe in your state is different as well. So make sure, and then this is the year you buy your investment property. Buy that duplex, buy that triplex. JP's young. Maybe he should buy a duplex or a 4plex and live in one of the units and let the other 3 pay for his mortgage and build equity. This is your year that you change it. Just like Irv alluded to earlier, I tell you, I've been pretty good in these forecasts. This is going to be a COVID type 2021, 2022 type of sales year because the rates are going down. Also reminds me of like 2016 to 2018 when it went crazy. But guys, make sure you get your piece of the pie. We're going to do a lot of trainings. Like Ed said, time to execute. Ed, thank you. And everybody, let's do this. Love you guys. I put it in the WhatsApp chat, everything I spoke about today. Trust in me. Follow that plan. Day 1 through 4 is going to be incredible. And I see a lot of people in the offices already. Act on it. Make your 10 to 15 warm calls right now. And then share your testimonials with me or in the chat. Love you guys. Let's do this.